is more
all of them. All right. Next, are people more interested in local news than the national news? For example, you personally, do you prefer the news here in the city of Vientiane or the whole of Vietnam? Which is more interesting and important for you?
important. And
Local news?
yeah,
Why?
because because it has
It affects the city? Yes, all right. Last one. How important is it to know about international news, world news? Is it very important, somewhat important, or not important?
I think very important because it's about international news. It's
It affects
it's affects and
it affects everyone, right? Okay. All right. So that is the end of your speaking class, Giang. Here are your questions. Let's review them. Okay, you were able to answer questions 1, 2, 3, and 4 of part 1. Well done. But you need to work on elaboration. Okay? Needs to work on elaboration. Clearly, you understand the question because your answer is initially correct. You just need to explain why, right? So just work on that. And part 2, describe a time. All right. News story is very essential. So instead of Doraemon, I recommend you talk about the national holiday or the city. Okay, a recent news that we know is that Vientiane City is not Vinh Phuc province anymore, right? It's Phu province. So you can discuss that, all right? News. And for part 3, you answered questions 1 and 2 correctly, but you didn't explain. Good news, you did with question 3, all right? So that's it. And all right, specific feedback. Your grammar is, well, you've always been strong with grammar. I noticed that when you are writing, that's good. So you're very consistent with that, and I'm glad to hear that you're consistently improving. Pronunciation is clear enough. I can understand you, but you need to modulate it, right? Make your voice louder. And we learn a lot of patterns and expressions in class. In the classroom, when there is a question, you can write immediately. But I noticed during speaking class, you're too nervous. Don't be nervous. Just imagine like this is just a class. Because in IELTS 8, you're doing very well. You help your classmates. In IELTS 7, you're very natural. In the class, you're doing very well. I just observed that you're very nervous in IELTS, in the speaking test. Just imagine like it's just a class, all right? Because it's still me. I'm still the person asking you. Many children really like, all right, not very. And because books are very funny, we need the verb. Books are very funny. So you explained there. So need to work on elaboration. Elaborate, expound. Okay, remember I will give this to you. RED, right? Reasons, examples, and additional details. Think about that. When you hear the question, give a reason why. Give examples. For example, give details also. Clear? Okay, so this is yours. And I'll see you next week. Happy holidays.
Thank you, teacher.